Hello, and welcome to Features of Database video tutorial for the Stimson Center's United Nations Security Council Resolution 1540 Assistance Support Initiative Database, or ASI database for short. This video will explain the different features of the database, specifically search filters, defining the activities filter, the database's download and export function, the type of data found in a project entry, and Google Translate. So let's begin. If you access this video from the home page, then you've already found your way to the website. If not, you can visit the website at 1540assistance.stimson.org. You can access the website from a computer, a mobile phone, or tablet, and you can do so using different browsers. Once you have made it to the ASI database homepage, you will see that there's a search bar and two filters: filter by donor and funding partner, and filter by region. On this page, you can only use one of these three search features at a time. When you click on the donor and funding partner filter, you will see a long list of governments, IGOs, NGOs, and foundations. When you click on the regions filter, you will find several regions. It is worth noting that there is a global region. Many assistance projects and programs are offered globally as opposed to limiting assistance to a specific region or country. Now, if you are interested in reviewing the entirety of the database's information on CBRN assistance activities in South America, then you could click on the regions filter and select South America as the region. The database will automatically show you the results. There are 58 assistance projects and programs specifically offered in South America, which you can see by scrolling under the results column on the right side of the page. Let's now reset our search criteria to see how to conduct a more advanced search on the database. You can only conduct an advanced search on the database page. The database page has more filters to use, and you can use them in combination. You will find that there is a search bar, and the filter by donor and funding partner, and the filter by region from the home page. But the database also has filter by implementing partner, filter by activities, as in what type of activities are incorporated in the assistance given, filter by CBRN risk code, and filter by status, meaning is it an active project or a completed project. If you are not sure what these filters mean, that's okay. They will be defined later in this video. If you would like to use multiple filters at a time, the database will automatically narrow your search each time you select a new filter. For instance, if you wanted to know what training has been done on the Chemical Weapons Convention or the CWC in South America, you could first type CWC into the search bar. The database automatically narrows to 72 results. Then, if we click on the regions filter and select South America as the region, results narrow to 6. Finally, if we use the activities filter and select technical training, we see that there are 5 projects and programs in South America that offer training on the CWC. To see which results are active and completed, click on the filter by status. You will see that 2 activities are active and 3 are completed. It is important to note that options in each search filter will automatically disappear if no projects or programs exist with that criteria. For example, using the same search criteria we just used, if you click on Filter by Donor and Funding Partner, the long list of donors and funders has disappeared to only 2, Japan and the OPCW. In other words, filters will only show options if the combinations exist. We recommend using these filters as they generate relevant results more efficiently and effectively. Also, should you want to download your search results, you can download or export your results by clicking on the Click Here for Export and Download options, and then select Export Results Only. Now let's go back to the database page to review the activities filter. To best use the description of activities filter, It would be helpful for users to know how these activities are defined within the context of the ASI database. Feel free to scroll through the different search results for each activity as I define them. Border and export control is an assistance activity to control CBRN-related and other dual-use items traded and transported around the world via sea, air, and land. Technical training is an assistance activity to train stakeholders on technical skills related to CBRN non-proliferation. This assistance type involves educating and training stakeholders to develop and improve skills. Conference and workshop is assistance through conferences, workshops, seminars, and roundtables related to reducing the threat of CBRN proliferation. This type of activity is different than technical training because it is more about providing information and facilitating discussions. Technical training is about teaching skills. Emergency preparedness and response is an assistance activity for a region, state, or agency to better prepare for and respond to CBRN emergencies resulting from deliberate or accidental incidents. Funds is monetary assistance from a country, intergovernmental organization, foundation, or university for CBRN non-proliferation efforts. Infrastructure and equipment support is an assistance activity to provide or improve tangible equipment and infrastructure. This type of support includes items like hazmat suits, radiation detection equipment, and modeling software. It includes changes to physical spaces, such as biological laboratory renovations to enhance biosecurity, and conducting services to enhance safety of equipment and infrastructure, such as calibrating radiation equipment. Knowledge sharing and best practices involves two types of assistance activities. One activity is raising awareness and increasing knowledge on matters related to CBRN non-proliferation initiatives. The other activity is discussing and exchanging best practices to improve behaviors, systems, and procedures for CBRN non-proliferation. Network development and outreach involves two types of assistance activities. One activity is establishing, expanding, or discussing lasting partnerships amongst relevant stakeholders to foster effective collaboration and coordination. The other activity is engaging with stakeholders to garner specific insights into CBRN non-proliferation issues. Legislative and regulatory assistance is assistance that develops, implements, enforces, improves, and supports measures to legislate and regulate CBRN-related materials, equipment, personnel, software, and services. This type of assistance also includes activities related to inspections, surveillance, monitoring, and reporting. Other is assistance that does not fit under any of the previously defined assistance activities. Now that we have a better understanding of the search features of the database, let's look at what is in a single project result. If we reset our search criteria and then scroll down, you will find hundreds of CBRN assistance project entries. The purpose of these project entries is to provide the database user with sufficient background information on each assistance project. A single project entry can include information on the name of the assistance project and program, who is providing the funding for the activity, who is implementing the assistance, which country or region is eligible to receive the assistance, a URL link to the assistance activity, when the assistance started, a description of what the assistance entailed, types of assistance activities involved in the project to enhance database searchability, the CBRN risk that is being addressed through the assistance, whether the assistance project is currently active or has been completed, and point of contact information to offer additional avenues should a database user want to learn more information on the project. Now, if we go back to the home page, you will notice that by default, the database will load in English. However, should you like to use the database in a different language, click on the Google Translate button in the top right corner of the site. There you will be asked to select a language. For this demonstration, I will select Spanish. Now you will see that as soon as I selected Spanish, the home page automatically translated. You can see the website's pages were translated, the database title, and the search filters. Now, if we go to the database page on the website with Spanish as our language, you will see that it will originally load in English, but then quickly change to Spanish. As you can see, all information on the page is in Spanish, including the point of contact information for each project entry. It is important to note that as you scroll down, the page will translate as you go and may take a little extra time to show the translations. Though the database and the search results can be translated using Google Translate, all search terms put into the search bar must be in English. Unfortunately, typing a non-English word into the search bar will not create any results. For example, if we search the term química, the Spanish word for chemical, then it will not show any results. It is important to know that the database's translation capabilities are only as good as the Google Translate application, a feature Stimson cannot control. Thank you for watching this video. Should you have questions, feel free to watch our other How to Use videos. Visit our Frequently Asked Questions page, or leave us a note on our Contact Us page.